Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Tirso and I'm an art director based in New York City. In today's video, I'm reacting to a photo shoot from America's Next Top Model. I grew up watching this show in the earlier seasons, and at the time it really sold you the dream of fashion. My first job in fashion editorial was at Teen Vogue, and I've spent my entire career in magazine publishing, so I'm very curious to watch this again and see what I catch.
Today, we're gonna do the most controversial shoot we've ever done on America's Next Top Model. Today, we're doing model stereotypes. And this is gonna be a really tough shoot. So AJ, you are going to be the model working the casting couch. Amanda, anorexic model. Carrie D, the dumb blonde. All right, Brooke, the backs.
Okay, just wanna stop there real quick. The concept is really weird. In the creative world, it's very rare that what you're doing is about what you do. Does that make sense? If you're an actor, you're very rarely playing an actor. I'm an art director, so if I design a layout, it's very rarely about graphic design. So I think it's kind of weird that they're models and they're expected to portray models.
Cell phone. Okay. So pretend like you're throwing it at your assistant and we'll add it to your photo later.
Okay, ready?
Oof. She's really
You know,
stiff.
Monique, you gotta give me some variety there because right now it's just two-dimensional. Come on, Monique. It's still feeling posy. Good. I want to get you mad. Monique was just not rising to the occasion.
I agree with Jay that, her poses were a little bit weird, but I'm blaming quite a bit of this on the concept. I think there needs to be a little bit more context to it in terms of she's throwing the phone at her assistant, but why? Did she forget an appointment? Did she steal from her? I think that she just needs something else to work with, and perhaps it would have helped them build the set out a little bit more also.
Oh, this is the stuff I learned in
School?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty.
Gorgeous. Genius.
Eyes too big.
That's nice.
A little too Lucille Ball and zany.
Okay, Jay Manuel, you're supposed to direct her and not describe her. I think in that moment I would have just said that I preferred if your face was a little bit softer. Simple.
That's not perfect.
Thank you, guys.
A narcissist loves herself. You lean back, you almost like, you catch a reflection of yourself.
I had to be like, yeah, it's all about me.
Work it.
Okay, he said that a narcissist loves herself, but I think it's weird that she's standing in front of the mirror. If I'm a narcissist, I think it should be about me looking into the mirror, and it really should be about my reflection instead.
Check yourself out. I want you so into this.
Right there.
Jumping on the floor.
Look at that.
Which
Beautiful.
was really hard since I really never think I'm beautiful.
Last frame. Good.
Action. Let's see that emotion. You're crazy about this guy. Come on, let me see it. Come on, Chris. Come on.
The thing that frustrated me about Christian, she gave me the same pose, shot after shot after shot. That was your last shot from Cat.
Okay, so he's saying that she gave him the same pose, and if I was a creative director on set, I would just ask her to step off real quick and reset just so that she lands somewhere else. It's really up to me to direct her if she's not giving me what I need, and I'm happy for her to step off and step back on as many times as long as I get my shot.
Can we throw her in there, Jada? You are the surgery victim. You're all about wanting to be perfect.
There's so
Think about
many people
perfection.
on that
what
set.
surgery are you doing next? You're getting your face pulled. You've had your chest done. I need you to really believe that. What are you thinking, Jada? And it's reading on your face. I understand the body position was a bit static, but Jada just gave me one face.
Okay, Jay needs to help her out in this situation. If she's not giving him the face that he's looking for, then he needs to say, can you look in this direction? Can you tilt your head this way? And then she'll adjust her face accordingly. But you have to remember that she is laying flat on her back and she can't move very much. So that's on him.
Melrose won her challenge. She had a personal assistant, had a massage, and I think a bit of that went to Melrose's head. I was waiting for her for about 10 minutes. Can somebody find Melrose?
Yeah, bring her out.
Okay, Melrose, what's the issue? I've been waiting here.
Oh, honey, I've been ready for like 6 hours, but then I got my massage with my makeup on, and then it came off, so they had to fix it.
Really? You the attitude right now? Just listen. Don't slow up the shoots.
Okay, that was a very weird interaction between him and Melrose right there. I'm so confused on what his position is on the show. If he's the creative director, then it's his job to get the most beautiful shot that he can, and he's not going to do that by talking down to a model. Also, the fact that she's late is actually the producer's fault. When you're on set, there's a call sheet, a schedule, and a shot list. So 30 minutes before her call time, the producer should have made sure that she was already in hair and makeup. So that's not on her, that's on them.
All right, so let's jump in bed.
I'm so sorry, and then I just I didn't want to break down and cry, so I just shut myself off.
People are throwing money at you all the time. How dare this guy come at you with $9,999? When you be like, oh, please get out. Is that horrified or is that bad acting?
Okay, whoa. He's not looking at the monitor, this is so weird. When you're directing a photo shoot, you need to be looking at the monitor and not what's on set because it comes across differently in the photograph. So the photographer can look through the lens, but me as the art director is looking at the monitor so that I could see what the crop is on the photograph and I can fix what's not working. This is so weird. Okay, it's not weird, it's fake. It's fake.
That's bad acting.
Yeah, thank you. Can you get me horrified? That's bad acting. I need somebody to give me a certain sense of vulnerability, and Melrose would not go there.
So now it is time to meet your judges. The first is noted fashion photographer Nigel Barker. The next judge is runway coach Miss J. Alexander and fashion icon and living legend Miss Twiggy.
Okay, so the panel doesn't really make any sense to me. After a photo shoot is done and we're choosing final images, it would only be me, the creative director, or my boss, and maybe the editor, if it's editorial, that would choose the final images, but it certainly wouldn't be 2 models, a photographer, and a runway coach.
And Megan, you are first. All right, so Megan, here is your best shot.
Well, Megan, you've completely owned this photograph. It's really a great first shot.
Let's see close up.
Close up isn't so great. The lights caught your back eye, but not your front eye.
Okay, I'm gonna give them a pass that they're commenting on her face, but I'm looking at it from the photograph as a whole, and I had a lot of other issues with there. One being that her face is right next to the Buddha, and also the fact that her arm is actually covering the 2 other faces behind her carrying the luggages. I know that they're not, the main focus of the photograph, but in terms of a photograph, they need to be represented there. Pretty,
Oh, you
really
went
pretty.
for it with the finger in the mouth and everything, huh?
All right, Anshul, so why don't you take down your hair? You're so much more modelly now. You're one of the most beautiful women I've seen in a long time, but it's the type of beauty that almost is too pretty. So you have to fight against your beauty.
Is that a thing?
So that you're not Miss World. She is
Gorgeous.
a narcissistic model that has just her.
So I want to comment that this photograph, one, there's so much going on with the reflections in there, and it's not even the same photograph. You can tell that they composited those reflections in there. And 2, the 2 highlights in the main reflection really bother me.
Alrighty, up next is Michelle. So Michelle, you had a photo shoot, and yours was, I think, the most controversial in the bunch.
I like this. What I love most about this shot is the fact that the guy is on the side there, because it at least gives the photograph some dimension.
It's a good shot, but it's a scary shot. But that means you got it.
Essentially, we want to see you. We don't want you to be hidden behind all that clothes.
Ta-da!
Beautiful.
Okay, this is not the photograph I thought they were going to capture. I was expecting this to be a straight on shot versus it being 3/4. I just think... Okay, look at the photograph. It would look so much better if it was straight on. I'm just saying, but who am I to say? I just want to elaborate on a couple things that I mentioned. For Anshul's narcissist photo, I really think that the reflection is a stronger point of view to convey the concept. One thing they could have done is to put another mirror in front of that one to create an endless reflection. This is super conceptual, but if there's a concept, then we need to deliver on it. For the twins, Michelle and Amanda, they both had to portray eating disorders. Because there's a lot of contention around this topic, I don't actually know if I would have used or needed a model at all. From an editorial perspective, I would have gone the route of illustration and only use a model if it was their story to tell. For Jada's photo, I think they really missed the mark on this shot. Her face would be stronger if it was shot straight above. I found this photo from Jamie Nelson for Vogue Greece, which is the angle that I'm talking about. If we compare the two shots, this photo is focused on her and hints towards plastic surgery. For the one that they shot, it's actually not even about her face at all, but it's really more about the environment. He also shot a series for a plastic surgery article that ran in Vogue Mexico, but they're shot from a fashion editorial perspective. There are elements that hint to plastic surgery, but the image itself is still very shoppable, which is always the goal of a magazine. For these photographs, we can shop the makeup, we can shop the sunglasses, we can shop the jewelry. On that note, I did like the setting for Megan's photo. The luggages in the background can be a very shoppable element, but they really didn't focus on that. I ended up catching more than what I expected to. I think this is great for television and entertainment, but it's not indicative of what happens in the industry. Comment below on any of your thoughts and if you want me to react to anything else, and I'll see you in the next video.